5 days ago, Hurricane Ian made landfall here in Southwest Florida. This video is some advice and how you can help those that were in the path of Hurricane Ian. This video is not going to be a fancy on-site video. This is my advice and some input in how you can get involved in the recovery of Southwest Florida. So make sure you watch to the end for that information. First, let me say my heart and prayers are with all those that are along the coastal areas of Southwest Florida, Cape Coral, Lee County, Collier County. The devastation is heartbreaking, but we know that Southwest Florida will return stronger than ever. And my family, we are here to help you in any way that we can. So please reach out. Let us know if you have a need. We would love to assist you. What we're not going to do today is we're not going to see the photos of the damage caused by Hurricane Ian. There's just way too much of that on the internet right now. And frankly, we don't need to be sharing and showing other people's heartbreaks. That's not what I'm here to do. That's not what I'm about. I have spent over 20 years before real estate. I spent over 20 years in the insurance industry, and I thought I'd just jot down a few things that to help those that have experienced damage. And as you're going through this process, these are things that I would hope might help you. Number one, the first thing is make sure that you work with the insurance claims department. They are not against you. Yes, they have rules, okay? Your policy defines what they can do and what they can't do. But understand they are not against you. They are just doing your job, and their heart and everything about them is wanting to restore you as best as possible. So work with them. Secondly, do not assign over your insurance claims benefits to anyone. There will be builders and contractors that say, assign over your check to me and I'll take care of it all for you. Please don't do that. And certainly never pay anything higher than 50% of the repair cost to the builder. They shouldn't have to charge that much. If you pay them too much, you're risking them never showing up to do the work. Another thing is be aware of outside appraisers who just show up at your door. Third-party appraisers can be necessary, but they can also be scams. And you will likely charge you a fee that you may or may not need to pay. Sure, their services may be necessary. After Hurricane Irma, there were times where third-party appraisers or adjusters needed to get involved. But wait to the point where you absolutely need to do it. And that might also be a point of time to get an attorney involved as well. The next thing is, as we saw in Hurricane Irma, in the days and the weeks that came after the storm, experienced contractors came in from all over the country, from the East Coast, and they all said that they could help you with your repairs for less money. Well, sadly, many of them either didn't do the jobs right or they just never did the work and left homeowners with a real mess on their hands. Please make sure that you only hire licensed in the county that you live contractors, and ask for their certificate of insurance. Make sure that they have the ability to prove their coverage, because if things go wrong, you want to make sure that you can file a claim against their insurance carrier and not be on the hook of it again. If they balk at this, move on. Find yourself another contractor. It's much better to pay a little bit more than lose a lot of money. Flooded homes or any water damage, please do not fool around with this. Some of you know this. I'll be talking more about this in days to come. My family, we've been dealing with mold illness. And water damage is not something to fool around with. Just a little bit of water damage, if it's not taken care of properly, can turn into mold and can cause serious health problems. If you do have mold on drywall, or you need to cut it out above the mold, 2 to 3 feet above, because the mold spores grow higher. And just trust me, deal with it right now so that you don't have the health issues down the road that comes from mold. And better be safe than sorry. If it's wet, get it out of the house and start new. Finally, as we move out of this period of time, we're going to start seeing a lot of used cars coming onto the market. Sadly, hundreds if not thousands of cars were flooded by the storm surge, and a lot of these cars didn't have comprehensive coverage. If they didn't, then the owners are going to try to sell these cars likely, and it's very important that when you're buying a used car for the next year to years to come, make sure you take that car to a mechanic and have them check it out. You don't want to deal with a car that has been flooded without knowing what you're buying. Now, for those of you who are outside of Southwest Florida or didn't suffer any damage, there are a lot of ways that you can help. In a few weeks, as the national local media attention dies down, remember that first of all, let's continue to pray for each person that has suffered damage. This is a hard time for them. And, when the attention dies down, that's when we all need to really focus more on their needs. If you're local here, there are ways to help. Local churches and organizations are mobilizing to help individuals that have had damaged homes. Already you can drive up and down the streets and you see the communities coming together, piling up the debris. I know our church partnered with another church, and since almost day one after the storm, they have been going in and helping homeowners to deal with the water damage and deal with the destruction of their homes, and they're continuing to do that, and that's going to need to happen for days and weeks to come. Now, if you're not here, or even if you're here in Southwest Florida, but those of our seasonal residents, or if you're thinking about becoming a seasonal resident and that's why you're on my channel, or you just happen to find this video, you can help with the recovery. There are a number of ways for you to financially give. The first one is, and the first point here is, make sure that you donate to a organization that is trustworthy, something that you've checked out to make sure that it is a legitimate organization that will get the money to those who need it. I can tell you right now, my church, and there will be a link below, Calvary Chapel Naples, is collecting funds, and they will make sure that the people that receive those funds are individuals that have had severe damage to their homes and need help because of either no insurance or just not enough insurance. These are the people that we want to get this money into their hands. So the link below for Calvary Chapel Naples, Hurricane Ian giving is below. Another great organization that needs both labor and money is Samaritan's Purse. And again, the link below here is below. But Samaritan's Purse is almost always one of the first organizations into the disaster zones, and they are an amazing organization. Please consider giving to them. Finally, the Florida Board of Realtors has the Florida Realtors Disaster Relief Fund. Again, the link is below. If you feel led to give to that organization, that money will get to individuals who need it as well. And one final thought is just this. To the seasonal residents of Southwest Florida, I ask you to come back this fall, this winter. Come back into Southwest Florida. Go to the restaurants, go to the stores, spend your time here supporting the business owners that not only have had their personal homes damaged, but also their businesses damaged, and are fighting to get back open as fast as possible and restore their families as well. They need your help. Southwest Florida needs your help. Southwest Florida will be back to what it was before. It will be back better than ever. Again, I'm here to help you in any way that I can. Give me a call. My phone number is 239-450-5786. Let us know how my family can help you. And if you have any questions, comment below. I look forward to seeing you again on this channel with much happier, joyful times.